So we and the rest of the country are waiting to hear from the Fed Chair, Jerome Powell, later this afternoon on how the central bank plans to deal with inflation. It's at the highest level we've seen in nearly 4 decades. Rising prices outpacing wage growth, which means you're getting a pay cut. Senator Tim Scott, Republican of South Carolina. Senator, how you doing? Good morning to you. It's on a lot of people's minds simply because, I mean, it's gone up so fast in such a short amount of time, and we really do not know where the end of this tunnel will be or will lead us. Your thoughts on that today, Senator?
Well, Bill, there's no doubt that when you think about inflation, it's bone-crushing, life-changing, hope-stealing, job-killing inflation. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm thankful that it's no longer considered transitory. Finally, Chairman Powell is speaking the truth, which is this is unprecedented. The last time inflation was this high, I had an afro. That is a long time ago. That's early 1980s. The truth is that we have to find a way to forge forward by reducing spending from the federal government and allowing raises to increase in the private sector. That means that we have to pull back on this Build Back Broker plan that the Democrats are still trying to weave together. It is not good for the American family. It is not good for single moms working paycheck to paycheck. This is frankly not good for rural America, where you have one grocery store or one gas station, and you simply can't keep it all together. Let's have a Christmas surprise and not pass the BBB.
You mentioned rural America, and I think that is something. If you think about South Carolina, there's some great cities there, of course,
yes,
but the rural parts of the state are amazing. And also you have a lot of military, right? And
oh, yes,
inflation affects them, our active men and women in the military, very much.
100%. We are the home where we actually make Marines at Parris Island. We train Army folks at Fort Jackson. So if you think about an E1 or E2 who may even be eligible for public assistance because they get paid so little, on a person working paycheck to paycheck, they drive up to the gas station, and now gas is up almost 75%. $1.99 last year, $3.40 this year. You think about increasing the temperature in your home, and you're increasing the amount of money leaving your account by more than 25% increase in a single year. Those are things that you cannot afford in a dual parent household. Can you imagine someone serving our nation, an E1, E2, E3,
right,
eligible for public assistance, and they simply cannot put gas in their cars while they defend our nation?
Makes for a tough holiday. Larry Summers tweeted this week. Yeah, he said, Larry Summers worked on the Clinton team. Said, I cannot understand why so many administration are now clinging to the idea that inflation is caused by bottlenecks and will soon recede to normal levels. Of course, there's uncertainty, but the idea that inflation will revert soon to levels anywhere near the Fed's target looks like a long shot. Fed's target was 2%. Yesterday, we found out we're up around 9.5%, 10%. Is inflation the arrow from the quiver that kills Build Back Better?
I certainly hope so. Every sign that we've seen from Joe Manchin is he's concerned about two things. One is inflation, because he understands that the average person in South Carolina or West Virginia cannot take any more. Median income in this country is around $35,000 a year. When you think about what this inflationary impact is on folks living paycheck to paycheck, it means that you have to choose between sometimes your health care, sometimes your energy, and sometimes the utilities in your house. Those are too hard of choices to force on Americans simply because you pour too much fuel on the fire and inflation explodes. We can change that by stop spending money in Washington and allow the American people to catch up. That means putting more focus on an incentive-based economy where we let the private sector do what they do really well and getting the government out of the way. Those are two simple facts that could change the outcome in 2022.
All right, I'm going to go look up some pictures of you from back in the day, so I can picture that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Senator Tim Scott.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
God bless.